There's an alleyway where you can find a necklace of pearls and a bouquet of roses. Like, Batman's parents died there.
Okay, fucking cool. I do want to point out that that is also not always what pearl necklace means.
What?
You don't know?
No.
Pearl necklace is slang for the cum dripping out of someone's mouth onto their neck. Anyway, welcome to the stream, everybody.
Wait, are we live?
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh, yeah. So, that's that's how I choose to introduce us.
Hello!
Yep. Hi. I'm
Hello.
Duvi, and
I'm Evelyn.
yep. So, we are friends and have been for a while. I'm trying to fucking. I think that's a good volume for the music.
What song did you go with?
10,000 Feet and Losing It uh, by Bricker.
Oh right.
Hold on. I think. Oh, right, yeah.
Ugh.
It's not capturing the music because I didn't add foobar to the fucking list. Shit. Actually, hold on. Um, hold on. I think. Yep. No. And I think should be audible. No, it's just not playing the music, huh? That's interesting.
Hold on, hold on.
It should be playing the music. I'm playing it through foobar. Maybe if I max out the volume, it'll show. Nope, it's not. Hmm. I think that. Yep. Now it's audible. All right. So,
Okay, I'm sorry.
no worries. No worries. Essentially, what we're doing here is we're going to.
Complain.
I mean, I suppose.
Yeah.
We're going to go through a bunch of designs for all sorts of things, stream by stream, and either like we're gonna complain a lot probably, but most of it's complaints about like it's gonna be complaints about designs, complaints about all of it is based on artistic shit, and how designs work. So with that said, first one is going to be Pokemon of any kind. Also, Ev, how do you like that bootleg electrode that I fucking
I'm trying to
made?
find your stream actually.
I linked it in OI, so
Don't. I have the
in
OI
the My
muted.
Streams channel.
Makes sense.
Yep. So you can see it on the piece of paper. We look very concerned.
We're looking at it upside down. Oh my god.
I mean, we are looking at it upside down. It's just fucking.
It doesn't matter, honestly.
All right. So, nope, that is not the fucking.
So we're talking
Move.
about Electrode first? It seems
No,
appropriate.
we're actually talking about Glalie first. Now, thing is,
Man.
the thing is about Glalie, I do like this design, but then
Yeah.
again, I feel like the main disappointment is the fact that Snowrunt is so adorable, and this is nothing like it whatsoever.
Yeah, it's really it's a big difference. I used to look at Pokemon cards of Snorunt as a kid and then Glalie without having played the games,
Hmm.
or at least not playing with Snorunt and Glalie and being really fucking confused.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the main reason why people dislike Glalie. But
Also, wow, you have to get Snorunt all the way up to level 42 before it turns into Glalie.
Christ Almighty,
I
that's
thought it was a baby.
so. In other words, go for Frostlass instead.
I don't know. Frostlass might be higher.
No, Frostlass is with a Dawnstone.
Oh, well, you have to have a level first, and then you can use a Dawnstone, right? Like you can't just
No,
get
no, no,
level
no. That's
one.
all. Like that's with all evolution stones. You can use it straight out the gate. It's just that it might get you off from certain moves. Anyway, the reason why I prefer
Oh.
Frostlass is because Mega Glalie is a piece of shit. Look at that fucking. Oh my god.
he he chomping.
He like. I don't know if his bottom jaw fucking moves. It looks dislocated.
This is the skull thing that Sans summons in his battle.
You mean a Ghastly Blaster?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Fuck, I can't refute that.
With a beard. This
I
was
mean,
probably. I mean, I think there's definitely a time when they were making Mega Evolutions, and we're running out of time. So they picked this Pokemon and Nose of Pass. It just said put some hair on him.
Nosepass, like Probopass wasn't a fucking
Yeah,
wasn't a
right.
Mega Evolution, and also was from Gen 4. You plebeian.
I'm sorry, you're right. I forgot. Am I thinking of something else?
Probably. But the thing is that I'm thinking. Also, I think that this came out for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, so they had extra time, which makes this even worse. God, like, look at the fucking mass of flesh on those upper horns. It's like it's being stretched out over the. That looks
Ew.
painful,
I
honestly.
thought it was just like cracks of ice.
No, that's not fucking cracking in the ice. That's like the same color that surrounds its eyes and like on the base of the unicorn horn.
Shit.
I mean, it
I
lost
always
all of its
pictured.
pockmarks, which I guess
Yeah.
is good. Uh,
I always pictured
I'm
it as like a skull or like a metal ball. But I guess it's just ice. It's not steel type.
yeah, it is just ice. I'm, you
Why
know
is it
what?
not a steel type?
I'm gonna give this fucking I'm gonna give regular Glalie like a 3 out of 5, and this
Oh,
like a solid like 1.5.
wow! I didn't know we were rating them.
I mean, like I feel like that work. Like I feel like I want to. You don't have
I
to if you don't
actually,
want to.
I'd give normal Glalie a 4, and this one a 2, the Mango 2. I don't think it's that bad. I like the jaggedness and just like orb.
I mean,
Orb is
I
good.
can't get over the flesh like coating. It's like remember we're rating this on Pokemon standards, not design standards. You
Right.
know.
Hmm.
So for a Pokemon, this is not great.
I think it's pretty cool.
Eh,
I like
I just
pretty cool.
I just can't like I can just because of like the context behind like you would imagine if this Pokemon actually looked good, people at cons would make fucking like felt hats of just the top half of its fucking skull, right?
I don't know. Maybe. I
Like if
think
it
Glalie
actually
is.
looked good, because
I
people
think
do that
Glalie.
shit with all the Pokemon. I've
I
never
think.
fucking seen a Glalie one, despite the fact that it already looks like a hat.
Well, I haven't seen Snorunt ones, so.
Honestly, probably because it would just look like a dunce cap.
Well, you could do like a cape, like a journey cape, almost.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I'm going to switch over to our next target, uh, and it is Landorus. Now,
Oh.
yeah, the genies, like, I decided
All of
to give I decided to give Tornadus and Thundurus some slack because, you know, that, like, it just fucking...
I just
But
saw
this
him
one,
pop up
like,
on screen.
especially Landorus, felt like a fucking afterthought. Like,
Yeah, it looks really bad.
what the hell is with the Magatama on its elbows? Like...
Actually, I was about to point that out. That's the one thing I do kind of like, because they're storm Pokemon, right?
Uh-huh.
They're like the hurricane icon you see on the news in the weather.
No. Those are supposed to be, like, Japanese Magatama, like the fucking... like the beads and charms that you, get at shrines and such.
Oh, well, that's dumb. Never mind.
Yeah. So... And also, that wouldn't work with Landorus because it's not... It doesn't make fucking hurricanes.
I guess that's true.
It controls, like, earthquakes and shit. And not to mention, like... I don't know if... Like, I know that the front part is supposed to be, like, a mustache. But is the back part supposed to be its hair? If so, why does it look like a hammer?
It's the same species as the prince from Katamari Damacy is. That's how it makes the earthquakes. It rolls its Katamari around.
I mean, it does have, like, we don't know what it's hiding in that cloud, although I don't want to see that cloud removed.
Big dick energy,
no.
that's what.
No, we already know what happens when you remove the cloud.
Wait, do we?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Fucking... Landorus Therian. The fucking alternate form. Now
Wait,
it's a
really?
tiger, I guess.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I remember. That is weird.
It's really weird, but it does look better. But in this, from this angle, its face, like, the mustache part looks less like a mustache, more like a mix of a beak and Bane's gas mask.
Or like teeth, big old jaws. I think this
I was born into the earthquakes. You learned them through TM.
I think it actually looks a lot better. It honestly reminds me a lot of Entei.
It does. It does look better, and it is reminiscent of Entei. My only problem is the fact that in its Therian form, despite being entirely landlocked, it has these fucking, like... Also, by the way, yes, Butters, this is going to have a VOD, on YouTube. Anyway, the only thing that I really dislike about this fucking design is the fact that the cloud is still there. Like, it makes sense while he's a genie. The other two barely have it. Thundurus and Tornadus barely have it in their Therian forms. He's still got it on all four paws.
I also just want to say, I fucking hate the name. The name is so bad. It's just so...
Landorus.
I don't know. Yeah. It sounds like... It sounds like the, like, mystical lost land that they find a map to in a decom. Like... It's like a mystery island in the ocean.
So, base form, 0 out of 5. And, Therian form, I'll give a 3.5.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Alright, so, that's our first solid 0 of, this whole shenaniganry.
I feel like we jumped to 0 a little fast.
I feel like Landorus earned it.
That's true. That's true.
Alright, so, next we've got Ball. Straight ballin'. Now...
Wait, are you talking about Spheal?
No. I'm talking about Voltorb.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, it's not a bad design, but I have a couple of complaints.
Kind of a bad.
I mean, it's bad. It's, like, it's not an ugly design, but I have a few notable complaints. First
Right.
of all,
I think
one of the defenses of this is that it's the Pokemon version of a mimic. My
right.
problem with that, mimics are kind of like fucking magical creatures from another dimension. Voltorbs just kinda exist and are never explained. There are so many Pokemon that are like have an explanation, but this fucking pachinko capsule looking motherfucker is just like there, and everybody has to deal with it.
I actually have a bit of an idea. I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like it might have been designed to look like in the original Red and Blue games, you would find things that look like Pokeballs or like this in the overworld and pick them up. And I think you do go to pick one up and it turns out to be a Voltorb.
Yeah,
So
you
that might
do.
be where the
It was
origin
intended
is.
to be a mimic, like I said.
Right.
But my
It could
problem
make
is,
sense.
where the fuck did they come from? Like, they started hanging around Pokeball factories, and factories in general, but where did they originate from? Is this like a Ditto type situation, where they
It could have been
look
like maybe
something different?
A Pokeball got fucked up. That's why it's an electric type, because it's secretly a machine.
I mean, that would make sense, but if it were a machine, then it would also be steel, right?
Maybe. But I think it is described to be metal.
I'm not, like, I don't know if that's true. It might be. All I know is, this is the, greatest idea for an evolutionary version of all time. Just flip it. Like,
Yeah.
put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Oh man.
Literally,
I
this
think
motherfucker...
all he has is a mouth now, and I think it's a downgrade.
I honestly kind of disagree. Like, I'm gonna respectfully disagree here, because I do like the fucking smugness of this as opposed to you know what I think? I think that Electrode should have been the pre-evolution, and Voltorb should have been the evolution. I feel like they got it reversed.
I disagree actually. I don't know about that.
Well, like generally speaking, post-evolutions look more menacing, right?
I guess, but this one is bigger and has more features, which is what
I mean, it
evolutions
doesn't
do.
need, like, it... All you need to do is shrink it the fuck down, and, see my bootleg version of one. And,
But it would lose a feature.
I mean... That's fair. For Voltorb, I'd give it, like, for the both of them, I'm gonna give Voltorb a 2 out of 10, this a 2 out of 2.5.
Yeah, I'd give it a 2.
Both
of them.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Next up, ooh, here's a recent one. I believe that I've only got 2 from Alola, if that. Bruxish! Y'all remember this one?
Brexit?
No,
Like, we got
Breakfast.
goofs here.
Or maybe it's Bruxish
Oh.
because it's supposed to be brutal, but where does
Yeah.
X come from then? I don't fucking know. It's a
Yeah,
shit
this
Pokemon.
was always...
I don't want to pronounce it right. So,
like, the intent is to be ugly, but, like, it didn't do a good job at that. It just is bad.
I mean, like, you want to look good ugly. I actually have a good example of an ugly fish already loaded the fuck up. Let me
It's
just say.
Feebas.
Yeah, Phoebus. I already have Phoebus, and in fact, I'm going to add... I'm going to give Phoebus with the intent... Like, because it's meant to be just an ugly, dopey little fish, and, like, honestly, it's kind of adorably ugly, kind of like a pug. I'm gonna give that, like, just based off of that combination, I'm gonna give this boy a 5 out of 5, Phoebus over here.
Yeah.
Because it accomplishes everything that it intends.
I like them more than Magikarp.
Yeah, honestly, same.
We're just gonna keep them.
Although I do like Gyarados more than Milotic.
Leave them there.
Alright, so, the thing is, like, it's supposed to be a tropical fish. And, you know, those big fat fish lips. Or, you know, a major feature. The
What?
fangs make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like you didn't need to add the fangs, and
You made a
also,
blowjob fish and you gave it sharp teeth? What is wrong with you?
I mean, look, we have never spied in on Ken Sugimori's bedroom, but I imagine that his dick looks like string cheese at this point.
Too far. He's like 70. Oh.
So, less like string cheese and more like a fucking
No.
palm tree. Alright,
Anyway,
alright.
get this Margaritaville looking motherfucker out of here. Can we?
Yeah, 1.
0.
Really? You're giving this one a 0?
Uh-huh.
Fair enough. Now here's a commonly complained about one. Mr. fucking Mime.
Alright, no. Mr. Mime, I don't like looking at it, but it does exactly what it's supposed to do.
I mean, the thing is, it's not supposed to be creepy, it's supposed to be endearing.
It's supposed to be a mime.
Okay, let's go over certain aspects. Number 1, the fucking orbs. I don't know what that design aspect is supposed to mean.
It's like Garnet. It's like Garnet's shoulder pad.
I don't agree. In fact, I'm not sure, but I think Steven Universe might have come out later.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Hold on, can
He
you
looks
look that
like
up for me, dipshit?
No. He looks like a pet egg.
God. Like, honestly,
I-
you know what? No, we were talking about Katamari's. His fucking body looks like a Katamari.
That's true. You know, looking at him now.
Goddamn elf shoes.
No, looking at him now, I never noticed this in 10 goddamn fucking years. More than that, even. His hands have like grape fingers.
I always assumed those were like suction cups because he like pressed them close to the barrier.
He has beans.
I mean, I guess. I do like the elf shoes. I do like the knobbly knee. I feel like if the hair was not the same color as the shoes,
No,
would not.
it's not hair.
Oh my god! I just realized. What?
It's not hair.
Those are horns.
Yeah, it was in the Pokemon movie. It was confirmed they're like bone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do like. I love that little face. Those chubby cheeks.
Yeah, me too. Oh,
That's
I gotta
adorable.
say, since this is going on the record, apparently, I gotta say, Detective Pikachu, not the Pokemon movie.
Okay.
Cause, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that does it does make sense that someone would get those mixed up.
Yeah.
So say Pokemon the first movie, which is the actual title of the fucking first movie.
No, it's Pokemon 2000.
No, first came Pokemon the first movie.
What? Pokemon 2000 made Mewtwo, right?
I'm pretty sure that came afterwards.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh, you know why you're right? Because when I was a kid, I think I had like a VHS box that had the first movie and Pokemon 2000 in it, in one box. Or something.
Anyway, Mr. Mime, I'll give him a solid 3. He's not bad.
I'm gonna give him a 4. I like him.
Really?
Yeah. Man, Pokemon 2000 wasn't called Pokemon 2000 in Germany. Pokemon Die Macht des Einzelnen.
I have warmed up to Mr. Mime over the years after, in a Nuzlocke, I had a Mime Jr. and evolved it into a fucking Mr. Mime and it wrecked ass.
In
I
a
love it.
nuzzle. Nuzzle.
Anyway, after that, let's go to Girder.
Oh,
So, what was the design decision that led to, Beefy Construction Clown?
Beaver construction clown.
No, does he have a fucking beaver tail? I don't
I
know.
think his baby form is a beaver for sure. Like his first
Yeah,
one.
Timber is. Timber is meant to be, like, at least kind of beaverish.
Is this Girder or Kunkelder?
This is Girder. I'm
Girder.
on, like, you can just watch this, like, you can just, like, clue into the stream, I guess.
Oh, I see it. I'm just looking at Google Images to see if there's a butt shot, because I don't know if there's a tail or not anymore.
Yeah, of course you want to find the butt shot, Ed.
Pokemon Tower Defense 2? Sorry.
Oh, actually, I played that, and it's actually kind of fun.
Is it a fan game?
It is.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Anyway,
I found a T-posing one on Modeler's Resource.
God. Anyway, back on topic.
Okay, sorry.
That nose, honestly, does not look honkable.
It's like
fucking
flat.
No, it's concentric. It is completely fucking spherical. It just, looks hard as hell.
Yeah, it's just like a wart.
God.
That he got lucky.
You never know. He might crush certain parts of the girder and add it to his nose.
Oh god, I went too far in Google Images. There's girder porn. Alright, I'm closing this.
Okay, I'm glad that someone likes this design.
Damn, girder got some titties.
I wonder why the fuck, like, also, why does this thing have an hourglass figure, and why is its bottom half a Quilava, but with hips?
Titties.
Yeah, this fucking, like, I don't like this.
It's got like a backpack straps, but it's just veins.
Yeah, that, like, honestly, that's some fucking T-virus shit. No, G-virus. That's some fucking G-virus shit. That's some fucking Gmod virus shit.
It's Pokerus.
I mean,
God,
last I checked, that was not harmful, but you never know. Maybe we could end up with the P virus.
Uh-oh. It's just kidney stone. Kunkelder is a kidney stone. That's what he is. Look at his head.
Yeah. And like a kidney stone, I'm going to rate him Actually, I'm going to give him a 0.5.
Oh, wow.
Because...
Do you hear that, folks? Doobie thinks kidney stones are pretty fun. A little bit. Just a little bit in there. You get someone to touch your dick, I guess that's it.
I'm a masochist. Don't kink shame. But really, though, I will say that I do like exclusively its face.
I don't like it at all.
Not its nose, but like its eyes and mouth. Like that's pretty alright.
I know we can go lower.
Sucks.
We can go lower, so I'm gonna give it a 0.5, but it's bad.
Yeah. So, now, as for what it evolves into, this fucking grandpa, this fucking guy,
It's pretty bad, but...
I'd say that he's better than his progeny.
Only a little.
Yeah. I do have to say, he still has those fucking Quilava feet. Like, why?
Yes. This one's definitely better. I do like the concrete.
Because of the way that the design looks, it looks less like a big old clown nose and more like a big drunk old man nose.
Yeah. Like
which does suit it a lot better.
Yeah, it's true.
Although, 3 fingers. I don't know why, but that unsettles me a little bit.
What also unsettles me is that ain't fur. This is not a Pokemon with fur. This is all skin.
Yeah, and those are fucking veins popping out.
Yeah, like
and
real
wrapped around him like fucking coils.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is an unsettling design, but because he's so much less unsettling, a little bit more endearing, and also that fucking, like, I need my fucking coffee look in his eyes, I'm gonna give him a 2. I like him enough to give him a 2.
Alright, I'm gonna give him a 0.5. I'm so sorry. I know we're doing something, but I've
No.
just been informed that the Naruto run is in Fortnite.
No!
I have to go get my Switch. I have to buy it. Hold on.
Why? No, Ev! Come back! No! Don't fucking do this! Christ! Well... You better not fucking buy it. It's not. No, Ev, not because it's Fortnite, but because you're planning on buying the fucking Naruto run.
Not planning. I'm committed. I'm going full
God
tilt.
damn it,
It's
Ev.
called.
Okay. Anyway, back on topic. Here's a design I never actually liked, despite the fact that, you know, I liked both of the Pokemon that it evolved from and evolved into in later generations. I never fucking liked Magmar.
Really? I like Magmar.
I never liked his fucking aesthetic. First
I
of
don't
all,
love him.
he's not. That's not fur. Those are fleshy protrusions in the shape, like, coming out of his arms.
I think his arm is okay, because I think it's papery. I think it's like a piñata.
Okay.
But they're like scales.
I mean, that's the thing. If they are scales, then that's, like, equally unsettling as fucking fleshy protrusions.
I think
Because,
thinking
like,
about
just,
the
like,
textures of
flapping in the wind.
Pokemon. Think about the textures of Pokemon is a danger in this game.
I mean, that's true. Like, I also need to point you to its fucking head.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just to get it out of the way. We know.
Yeah, I was trying. I was going for the arms because they upset me a little bit. Let's not forget this goddamn Jimmy Neutron looking ass-faced piece of shit over here.
Yeah.
He literally has a brain blast.
He's a butt face.
And also, I don't like the duck beak. I don't. I feel like
I do. I like the duck beak.
I feel like it clashes with the rest of the design. I feel like it, like, they could have gone for...
Well, the alternative is like a nub.
Yeah,
right?
I would have preferred like a little fucking lizard snout. That would have been better. And especially not like a weird flesh color that doesn't match with anything else on the design.
That was me buying the Naruto run.
Damn it. God damn it.
Oh my god, it's so good. Okay.
Also, I'm gonna sum up something that you might not have noticed real quick in 3 words. 3, 2, 1, break my choker. And also my fucking ankle bracelets for some reason.
My anklets.
Sure. That, like, are you really going to defend Magmar?
I like him. I'm gonna give him a 3 out of 5.
I'm gonna give him like a 1.5. Not worth it. I don't like Magmar. I like certain aspects of his design, like his tubby belly and such, but no, the pack, like, not worth the sum of its parts. He looks fucking slapdashed together.
Or like slapped ass. You see them cheeks?
Anyway, when it comes to Pokemon that are ugly, like, while Steelix is, not exactly the prettiest, you wouldn't expect him to be, particularly high on the list, right? Like, you wouldn't expect him to, get, uh, shit on very much, right?
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
because he's not. It's Mega Steelix that is. Look at this fucking cluttered piece of shit.
I've been duped.
Yeah, look, like, he's got these fucking floating magnetic chunks of garbage. He's got these weird crystals.
I like the
Um,
crystals. The crystals are
I
cool.
mean, the
I actually
crystals are
don't.
cool,
I don't
but
mind him.
I mean, I can stand to look at him, but what is with the goddamn gill? Like, I mean, those not gills, but like,
Yeah, I don't like those either. The whisker things.
I mean, they're not whiskers either. He looks like a fucking like. He looks like a shovel at this point.
He does kind of look like a shovel, yeah.
Honestly, I feel like there's so much going on with this design that there's not much to say, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
I
too busy.
actually really like it. I just don't like the head, and I'm not too hot on the runes
I
on him.
actually like the runes. Those are my favorite part about the design, but they don't need to be here with all of the other shit.
He's like an Etsy necklace.
I guarantee you, if they removed 2 of the 5 different fucking aspects that we made comment to, he would be not on this list. Not on this fucking show.
Probably not.
I'm gonna give him a 2 out of 10. Not out of 10, out of 5. Excuse me.
He's a sweet at. I give him a 3.
Fair enough.
Also, he's like a
worst.
gem.
Anyway,
He's like a gem rattlesnake tail.
I'm going to show, like, let's get this, I'm going to, show you the, Pokemon in its Alolan form at the same time. I'm going to show you Throw and Alolan Throw.
Jesus.
Why did these need to be 2 Pokemon?
Yeah, why did it have to be 1 Pokemon though, huh?
I mean, I do like the Muppet aesthetic. I do. I really do, honestly.
That's the only good part. His name is
Yeah.
Throw.
And Sock.
Throw.
Honestly, like, again, nothing really to say about these 2, other than they didn't need to be 2 Pokemon.
It didn't have to be 1, it's lame.
I mean, if they had, like, it's just boring, you know? Like, they could have, like, last one was too busy, this one is too simple. I feel like if they added, like, a little bit of extra detail to these guys, like, maybe if Throw had a 3rd arm and Sock had way bigger fists, then that could be, like, kind of thing. Like, they were trying to go with a Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee type thing, but the difference is those Pokemon are different.
Cool.
I mean,
I
yes,
can look
cool,
at them.
but also different from each other.
Yeah, these ones, I also don't like the rune things on their face. Rune probably isn't the best word, but like the symbols, I'm just really not hot on them.
I feel like that gives them what little Muppety charm they have. And I mean, like,
I guess.
one of them is like a raised eyebrow, like, come at me. And the other one is just fucking Groucho.
I guess I can see that appeal, but none else. Really.
Alright, so, for the both of them, because they do not deserve different ratings,
yeah.
I'd give them both a 2.5.
I'm gonna give him 0.
Really?
Yeah, that's how little I like these two. Really.
Fair enough. Now, here's one that I put on just out of personal preference. That is not the right place. I need
We
to bring
both got
Phoebus
one.
back.
Did we both get one, or did you get more?
I gave 3. No, 2.5. Excuse me.
I chopped the last one.
Yeah. Anyway, Explode. See, when I
No.
evolved my Whismer, I thought it would be fucking like, and got Loudred. I thought, oh man, that's fucking that's a man. I like this. What's it gonna evolve into? And then it just grew tubes all over its fucking face.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
definitely.
one was not on the list. This
This
was
one,
purely personal preference. I
I have
think this
no.
design is ugly.
I have no idea how it wasn't on the community pick for ugly Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's really bad. I
Yeah.
I remember this was, I believe, the first EX card I ever got.
Hmm.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Because I just fucking hated it, honestly. It was just a very lame Pokemon design, and I had never seen it prior to that.
I also
And
want to point out that the pipes facing out backwards look less like that and more like fucking motorcycle engines.
right, I feel like if they looked more like
It doesn't look like a fucking pipe organ or anything.
right,
Like,
if it looked sort of like a tuba maybe or like a trumpet, that would go with the theme.
or
I wouldn't love it.
speakers. You know, like Loudred is supposed to look a lot more like speakers. If they
Right.
just kept on going in that direction, then this could be spectacular, right?
Also, I think Loudred is a more rich purple, which is sort of weird that this one's more grayed out.
Yeah, but this is the official Sugimori art, so...
I know.
Also, I don't like how his toes are tubes. No, his claws are tubes. Like his toe claws. No, those are
They're
teeth!
They're
Those
teeth.
are fucking teeth!
Yeah.
Shit, does he eat with his toes too?
Mm. Crunchy.
Don't answer that!
He's munching the ground everywhere he goes.
You know,
He's just
maybe that's why he
checking mineral
screams.
deposits.
Maybe that's why he screams, because, you know, dental bills.
Oh god.
Also, am I, like, can any other Salmonella Academy fans representing, say that this motherfucker looks a lot like how, like, reminds me a lot like Terare? Like,
I don't know what you're
Jesus
talking
Christ.
about, but he looks like he has salmonella.
You know, maybe.
He's all pale.
He also looks like he has pink eye. Like, his eyes don't look like a solid red. They sound like they
Right.
seem like they're redder around the edges.
They're weed eyes. I don't know. Maybe he stepped on some raw chicken and chomped him up,
Holy
and he
shit.
ended up with salmonella.
Holy shit. They are
That
weed
happens.
eyes. He is
This
a
is lore.
living bong.
Oh my god, we solved the mystery.
Anyway, 1 out of 5.
Wow, yeah. Well, I'll give him a half a point.
Yeah. I don't think he deserves a 0. And I feel too attached to his design to give him a 1.5.
I like his
But-
arms.
I mean, I like his color scheme. I like his fucking
His arms and his legs.
I like how the tubes look. I just don't like them on this design, and I don't like it being the next part of that evolution line. And I also
Yeah.
don't like other aspects of this ugly, ugly Pokemon. Anyway, a Pokemon that's said to be ugly a lot, that I don't think deserves it, is Grumpig. It
Grumpig.
is
I
lame.
actually,
Like,
yeah.
okay, Grumpig is lame, and Spoink is amazing. But that doesn't mean that Grumpig is ugly. You know
I
what
like
I'm
Garfield a
saying?
lot.
Yeah.
He's
He
actually.
was actually like somewhere lower in the top 30, but like he was still there.
Is he Gen 2 or Gen 3? He's Gen 2,
Gen 3.
right?
Gen 3.
Really?
Spoink like showed up first in the route that you go to Lava Ridge, I believe.
Okay.
Where you fight Flannery. You know, the one with all the soot coming down the volcano.
Right. Yeah.
I do like how the pearls are reincorporated into his design. I feel like the pearl should be big. Like the pearls should be bigger in his design.
I actually disagree. I think the pearls look good as is. I don't want them to be too overbearing because it would look like someone bedazzled the pig.
I mean,
I think
at the
it's
very
good.
least, make the belly one bigger.
The belly one is a little bigger than the other ones.
No, I mean like bigger in like. I want it to be roughly the size that it was for Spoink, because that made up half its fucking body. And
I guess so.
Like maybe it outgrew the pearls still, but like if the central one was, you know.
I wish it was like a big one, like embedded in its stomach.
Exactly.
That would be cool. I also wish the tail was curlier, like it was a little more tight. Like I still want it as big, but like another loop to make it look more spring-like. Because right now it just kind of looks like a cat tail.
Yeah. Yeah, except made of flesh. Exclusively. Skin. Also, I just realized all the fur on his design, like the fur sleeves coming up, and that's honestly just adorable.
That's super cute, yeah.
5 out of 5. I love the little pig nose. I love his ears. I do like this Pokemon a lot.
Yeah.
4 out of 5.
I'm gonna give it 5.
Dang.
Perfect landing.
Honestly, the only reason that I am rating it a 4 out of 5 is because it's following Spoink, and honestly, I feel
what a tough act to follow.
Yeah, what a tough act to follow is right. Jesus, Spoink is a fucking perfect Pokemon.
Perfect, even.
Yeah.
Because there's a pearl.
Now, next up, we have Golbat.
You know, there's like a pearl, like on his head.
I always thought Golbat was
like, you know, it's part of its design.
I always thought Golbat was.
I like the pearl a lot. You know, it's sort of a play on words of perfect and like the pearl.
Like, how
I don't know if you got that. Maybe it went a little over your head. But it's okay. You know, not every joke is for everybody.
You know,
everyone's got different opinions. But I really like the wordplay that they used there. I spent a lot of time thinking about it. I wrote it down actually. It's here on my
stop this joke,
Okay.
Okay, but really, how the fuck does this thing close its mouth?
It doesn't.
Yeah, it's just in a permanent state of screaming.
It would catch a fly in there, except it is the fly.
I mean, yeah.
I know it's
a bat. I do like the little ears. I will give it that.
The ears are cute. The wings I like. I like that it has wings and no arms.
The problem is, Zubat didn't have eyes, and this didn't need to have eyes.
That's true.
That's another
But I like
problem.
them. They're like stickers.
Yeah, I guess. The feet look weird. They're
the
just
feet
fucking,
do look weird.
They're helicopter landing gear. It's just that, you know, they're rubbery so they can't land anywhere. No wonder Crobat ditches them, in other words.
Is Crobat on the list?
No, not even
okay,
close.
Because I kind of like Crobat. I named my Crobat.
Golbat was actually personal preference.
Wow. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think he's that bad either. I just thought he was ugly enough to get like a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm doing that.
Alright, so if you're combining our scores, that's a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 20. Right?
Next Pokemon. Here's a Pokemon that I don't agree with at all. Garbodor.
Gilbert's cute. I like
Yeah,
Gilbert.
yeah, I love that little face. I love a lot about this Pokemon's design. Like, especially like the little clumps coming out of the top.
I like the rebar that is his arms.
Mhm.
I don't know who's throwing
It's like,
that away.
it's reinforcing his entire body. I imagine that it's like rusted and all fucked up and bent because like look, it is like bent in odd angles too, right?
I only wish that they were a different color so it would look like it's made out of trash instead of all one thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they added the speckles of purple and blue.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna give this boy a 5 out of 5.
I don't love it that much. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. Not bad Pokemon.
I do like him quite a bit, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like him too. But I don't know if I like him that much.
Alright, so, next on the list, here's a Pokemon that I actually used. Barbaracle.
Barbaracle.
Yeah, you probably forgot it. It's the one with all the fucking hands, meant to look like a goose barnacle, but ended up just looking like hands.
Oh, yeah. I'd never seen this Pokemon before.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes sense, but I'm surprised.
I'm not all that caught up, honestly.
I mean, it's from X and Y, so... And it's one of the more obscure Pokemon from X and Y.
I really don't like it.
I honestly, like... Alright. I feel like... Because it's it's meant to be, like, a old goose barnacle type thing, I feel like it, like, some of the yokai type Japanese mythology
Oh,
shit.
it does look like a yokai.
Yeah, like with the hand, like all the hands with the eyes and the hand for a head. Like, I feel like the goose barnacle aspect kind of loses some of that aspect, and I do like how it's like. I don't like how it's basically permanently T-posing.
That I don't like.
Yeah. Honestly, I do have to say, the fact that, like, its head is a hand, I mean, it's a
that is silly, so I kind of like it.
It's silly in a way that's not only original, but also, like, feels kind of mythological in a way, right?
Mythological. I don't know about mythological, but...
Like I said, yokai.
Alright, I mean, I guess so.
So, in that sense, I can't get myself to, like, I also want to say, the stripes look fucking stellar on this Pokemon. I feel like if it were just a little less busy, maybe with, like, a more, like, maybe with a more uniform center section, like the rock that it's supposed to be living in, I feel like if that were the case, then this Pokemon would probably, like... I don't know, I think I would probably give it higher than a 3.5 if that were the case, but...
I would be more inclined to like it if it didn't have the eyes in its hands. Like in its hands.
To be fair, those are all supposed to be different Pokemon all alive in this one mass.
Yeah, but I don't like them.
That's fair. Your verdict?
1.
Alright. So,
not a fan.
Given that, here's one from here's the other one from Alola that, fuck you people. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. This Pokemon is adorable, and you should not... Poplio is adorable, and you should not shit on it until it becomes Primarina.
This is my favorite clown dog.
I mean, it's a seal, but, you know.
Yeah, it's a seal pup.
Yep, cetacean.
Oh, it's a dog.
So, actually, wait, no, cetaceans are exclusively like whales and dolphins. I'm forgetting what seals are.
I thought you were just saying citation. Like I had to write it down somewhere.
Oh, no. My
Fuck
God,
you.
no. Well, like, there's not much to dissect here. It's just adorable. Like,
It is very cute.
it's got a cute little seal clown nose. It's got. It looks like a good. It looks like a cute little seal, and it balances shit on its nose like a circus seal. That's a good idea. That's why they made it look clown-like.
Yeah, I really enjoy this boy.
Yep. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Not my favorite, but I do like it. It's a very good babby.
I liked all of the I loved all of the starters from Alola. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Now, how to ruin a design 101. So, you got this fucking cool-ass lightning wolf, right? And, it's fucking, like, it's just a fucking badass Pokemon, right? And it's, like, so good, like, it's stoic, and it's like...
Oh, I see you've added some mountains to our podcast layout here. Very scenic.
Okay. So, yeah, naturally...
Oh, it's a dog.
Yeah, it's Manectric. Naturally, he looks fucking spectacular. Those spikes look like they're naturally a part of his design. He looks stoic. He looks sharp. He's a fucking good Pokemon. How do you ruin him? Give him arthritis with a giant fucking lightning bolt on his back.
Yeah, really rough. Puberty was not nice.
His Mega is garbage.
It's pretty bad.
I'm gonna cut straight to the chase. 5 out of 5 for Manectric. I love that Pokemon so much.
Actually, I don't love that Pokemon all that much. It's not bad though, for sure.
But Mega Manectric. Oh my god.
No.
What,
No.
like... They just, like...
The only thing it's
fucking-
good for
they
is
crippled
saying
the
Mega
boy.
Man in a Pokemon game.
They crippled the boy.
Yeah, they did this boy dirty.
Yeah, like... Christ almighty. Like, are you trying to see how many fucking hairs it takes to break a dog's back?
This is how many. How many it takes to break a dog's design.
This many. This many hairs.
This many.
It looks less like a part of the design, and more like they just stapled gigantic diamonds in the shape of a fucking lightning bolt, vaguely, onto a dog.
It is
And
a
also,
lightning bolt. He's
I never
cosplaying
noticed
as a
before,
lightning bolt.
What's with those goddamn horns over here?
I don't mind the horns. I don't like how they made like speed blur lines in his fur. Like I would like it almost if they didn't do it like that on the haunches. It looks really weird.
Yeah, especially because, you know, he's not that fucking fast of a Pokemon in the first place.
He should have way higher speed than he has.
Honestly, that's true. I just hate the fucking idea of, like, Manectric is honestly somewhere in my top 50 favorite Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, that's high.
Yeah, it's pretty high considering. But Mega Manectric would not crack my top 600. I'm gonna give this one a fucking 1 out of 10. 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5.
I'm gonna give it a 2 just because it's silly and I like that it is like cosplaying as a lightning bolt.
I personally hate that fact because it took a stoic, cool design and made it into a silly, goofy design. Speaking of silly, goofy designs, here's a Pokemon that gets way too much shit. It's, like, look at those little buck teeth. It's adorable.
Yeah, I definitely.
Like,
I
like,
understand. I
I'd give him-
think, huh?
I'm not gonna dissect this boy because he's just cute. I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 5 and move on to
I'm gonna
his
give him a
evolution.
3. I think the reason people don't like Bidoof, and this is purely for Bidoof, is because he was such a meme, and he was a meme in 2013, I want to say, which was when everything sucked.
No,
So everything,
actually, people hate. I remember people fucking hating him the second that Diamond Pearl Platinum came out.
wasn't that like what 2010?
No, that was like Black and White. This was like 2006-ish.
I'm bad with time.
Like this was way earlier than you're thinking. I was like not like 8 or 9, I think. When it came out.
The fact that it
I
was
was
being
definitely
memed on
in
in
3rd or 4th grade.
it
Definitely.
was being memed on in 2013, 2014. That's for sure.
I mean,
And
people
whenever,
hated Bidoof beforehand.
yeah,
I
but people got
imagine
real
it's
sick of
because
it.
I imagine it's because Gen Letters started showing their faces a lot more in Generation 4.
Really, I got that vibe more in XY times, Black and White maybe. I didn't get that as much in Gen 4. Gen 4 was my
Gen
favorite.
5 is when it came to a head, and then Gen 4 is when it really started to pick up. Anyway, the barrel. This is where you should devote your hatred towards.
I honestly kind of like it. It's sort of cute. It's, not doing anything wrong.
I mean,
it's like would get yelled at a cop for loitering. That's the kind of level the barrel's on.
I don't like the shift to the eyes. I feel like if it still had Bidoof's eyes, like those, like, actually animal-like eyes, then I would like this a lot more. But because it went all fucking Yogi Bear on us, I just, like, those beady eyes!
Wanna
like
steal a Pokédex? That's the best I could do.
I mean, Pokédex basket.
We're gonna steal that trainer's backpack, Bobo! Plenty of orange berries!
But, for real,
Please
I
laugh.
do feel like this guy is, like, just below average. I think he's a 2.
I would give him a 2. I don't think he deserves any harsher than that. I think
he doesn't deserve
earned
more,
it.
he doesn't deserve less.
He's a good boy, but like, I don't know if I would pick him first in the shelter.
Damn! Anyway.
Like the best.
No.
Hypno.
A lot of
I
people
like.
hate Hypno.
I
do
like
find it
Hypno more
fucking
for the
creepy.
lore.
I hate how his fucking mouth is gone. Also, he has no mouth anymore.
He has no mouth, but he must abduct children.
He has no mouth, and I am screaming.
He has no mouth, but he must cream.
No! No! I already saw hypno porn while looking through Google Images. No! Anyway. I understand that Pokemon didn't have, like, hard and fast rules when it came to items yet, but, where the fuck did this pendulum come from?
That's not fair. I think Pokemon with props all suck, but you can't single one out. Like if you're not gonna say that for Girder.
I do dislike Kadabra and Alakazam, and I thought of putting Mega Alakazam on out of personal preference, but I thought no, that's too silly and too good.
He's just a whiskey boy.
I just fucking love the fucking Zenyatta type, like, concentric, like, halo of spoons around him. As though, like, he was specifically flipping off Uri Geller.
Well, that's what he was made for, right? Didn't Uri Geller try to sue?
Yeah, that he did. For the longest time.
He's really funny.
Over and over and over again. Anyway, not much to say about him. He freaks me out more than a little bit. 1.5. And also, I also feel like, I also feel like the big nose is, like, I feel threatened by the big nose thing being Jewish.
I'm gonna give this boy a 4. I really like him now.
Dang.
The Pokemon. I just like his design, I like his mane, I like the whole, what's it called? Pendulum.
Yeah.
It's good.
I mean, I disagree, but, you know. Here's a Pokemon that I think, definitely deserves to be on the list and was not. Heatran.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like...
My least favorite legendary, honestly.
My least favorite legendary.
My least favorite legendary in 4, for sure. Gen 4 had some amazing legendaries. Some of my favorite ever. And this one sucks.
Favorite legendary of all time, then?
I'm not all caught up, but I think it's between this guy and, like, the Sword and Shield dogs.
I mean, those actually are decent designs. The problem is, they're the same fucking design, but with slight differences. One has a beard, and one has a sword in its mouth.
The Storm Trio that we looked at earlier, Landorus.
Oh yeah. I don't even register them as legendaries, honestly.
Right. I think of them as bad.
Let's start off with the fact that this fucking toad has has an airplane on its face. For some reason.
I am only gonna say 3 words about this Pokemon, so you get your piece out now.
Alright, so, I also just, I don't like, that doesn't look like magma in its official art. It also has that weird, like, cetacean blue whale type underbelly under it. All told, it's just, like, an ugly design that would be, ugly but passable for, like, a one-stage evolution, not as a fucking legendary. Your 3 words?
Baked bean Pokemon.
Man, I didn't even, I was thinking, that doesn't look like lava, what does it look like? You hit it right on the fucking head.
He is baked bean.
Heatran, the baked bean Pokemon. Often taken by cowboys into treks through the desert, they just reach a fucking handful in and just eat. Chow down. That's why it's legendary. It never runs out of baked beans.
It's the first legendary that comes in a can.
No, you know what? It is the can. Heatran is the can.
It's like a can that... Oh, man, this is what he is. You ever see that video where someone drops a can of Boyardee into lava?
Oh, yeah! Yeah!
He's that.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Anyway, next up we got the Simi Trio. Simisage. I'm gonna remove Phoebus, unfortunately. I'm sorry, buddy. Simisage, Simisear, and Simipour, which I will add real quickly.
Oh, did you ever have to download that one?
No,
wow.
I just needed to add another scene, like another source, in order to add into the scene.
Yeah, these 3 Pokemon suck. They came out, their games came out just before Yokai Watch did, and they look like yokai Pokemon, like yokai creatures.
Yeah,
which is not a compliment.
That's true. I do
I'm not a
like
big
some
fan.
of the Yokai Watch monsters, though. I will
Some of
say
them are okay, but I'm
a
not
lot
a
of them
big
are
fan.
pretty good, but you know, I guess that could be another potential future list thing.
Maybe I'm not too into Yokai Watch, so it would be pretty good first impressions.
I mean, I have never played a Yokai Watch game, so
Wow.
you know. Anyway, I don't think that they needed. Like, I like the idea, but I don't think they needed to exist. And know what I especially think that what would have been better is what they did in Gen 6 and give you a second starter from a previous generation.
Who's the JoJo character with the pompadour?
Josuke?
Okay, so it's Josuke, Guy Fieri, and Jennifer Aniston.
Mm.
These are these Pokemon.
I do have to say, they don't leave enough of an impression to rate them anything below a 2, really. I just don't feel regarding them.
I'm gonna give them a 1.5. Number one, despite you. Number two, because I really hate them. And the fact that they have like basically inspired a gym leader, like the waiters or whatever they are.
I do like that 3 leaders situation. I just I don't like the way that it was handled.
It could have been way more interesting. But like if their hair color was not about the types of these, what if they each had the one of these Pokemon that looks like them, but also they had the type that's like super effective against the color their hair is. That'd have been funny.
Anyway, Promo Pass.
Pokemon sucks.
I mean, Pokemon does, or this Pokemon?
Pokemon sucks.
Alright, so... I mean, enough people have made the Jewish comparison to...
Right, so, I mean, I'm not here for that.
Yeah,
so...
yeah, we're not here for that. We are not here for that. Although, let me say, as a Jew, this design, oi gewalt.
It's not even just like it's not even like for a good Pokemon, you know. Like if they accidentally made something that could be interpreted as anti-Semitic, but it was a cool Pokemon, so no one cared. No, this Pokemon sucks dick.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, like, the only... Like, if they didn't do... Like, the only reason that it is, like, seen that way is because of the fucking nose hair beard thing. Because Nosepass wasn't anti-Semitic. That was, like, an Easter Island head.
Right.
But
it was like a compass joke.
Yeah. And this, no. It dives right down into that. Its eyes are way too human. I'm telling you, its eyes stare into my fucking soul.
The one thing I do like,
thing, like I do
yeah,
like the little floaty noses.
I was gonna say that I really like those little buddies.
Yeah, those are good.
They're cute.
Like, I feel like those magnetic filings for fucking nose hair beard thing.
That is a smart
set it
idea.
Down like 3 points from like
a
4 to a 1.
Like I liked reading that part of the like Pokedex or whatever and be like, oh, that's what that is. That's clever. But I still hate it in execution.
I'm giving it a 1 because of the buddies.
Really? Okay. I'm gonna give it a 0.5. The buddies are worth about half.
Alright, so next up on our list of
how many more have we got?
Not that many actually.
Can we count?
We've gotten through 3/4. So
okay.
Next up is this motherfucker.
Also, while we're talking, I am Naruto running around Fortnite.
Fuck you. Anyway, Patrat is awful. Like,
yeah,
it's just the eyes. It's just the eyes and, like, the face and the way that its, like, brow is structured.
I hate all of it.
Like, the thing is, if it weren't, like, if its eyes looked normal, like, if it looked Bidoofish, it would be fucking basic and bland. But
Yeah.
it wouldn't be, like, it wouldn't be offensive. The eyes set it back, the eyes alone set it back at least 2 points.
It's just boring Bidoof, which is saying something.
It's boring Bidoof with awful eyes. And for that, I'm gonna give it a 0.
It's got furry hypno porn eyes.
God, don't...
It's true.
I know it's true. Come on. This is a Christian channel.
You said fuck earlier.
Fuck
We all
you.
know Christians don't say fuck.
No, but they do fuck altar boys.
As long as
God wills the lube into my hand, young one.
focus on the Jesus cracker.
Bite the cross, I'm going in dry.
Do you think when when Christians in like Alabama eat the Jesus crackers, it's cannibalism?
Huh. Anyway, back on topic. I gave this a 0. What did you give it?
Yeah, also a 0. Yeah, bad man. I don't even. It's such like a snooze button.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna give it a 0.5, specifically because its evolution is fucking worse.
I'm gonna give it a 0, because it almost had potential. Because I like the tail, and on this buddy, I like the vest. I like the safety vest he has.
I don't. I feel like it just like clashes so hard and makes the design look so much worse. He literally is that fucking like he looks like he's about to catch you in Omae wa mo Shinderu.
I'm gonna give this buddy a 1.5.
I'm gonna give him a 0.
Yeah, I expected that.
Honestly, like, not much to say here. I just find him worse.
Yeah.
Also, I got a T-posing one too, so.
I saw. Very good.
Alright. So.
I'm gonna give him a 2, just because of that dominance, actually. So.
Alright, so, a lot of people decided that they would put Muck on the list, and he's like at number 7.
Interesting.
I can't agree.
Me neither. I do like Muck. I understand where they're coming from. I do know that it's sort of
especially because it includes a Alolan Muck, which is one of the fucking coolest coolest poison types. And I love the poison type.
Can I see the boy? Can I have the boy?
Yeah, you
can
have the boy.
Okay. I haven't seen this boy.
He's real fucking he's like all the oily rainbow sludge with bunches of chunks of like congealed toxic in him, and he like eats garbage.
Rocks.
So he's
just rocks.
No, those are like toxic crystalline toxic stuff. And if you crack one open, it can literally fucking kill you in minutes.
Dude, epic. Finally.
He uses them as teeth. And also he eats garbage so that people, like both of them eat garbage. Like, Alolan Muck eats garbage and people keep it around because it's not that hazardous for the environment. Regular Muck is a fucking menace, and I don't hate either of them. I love Alolan Muck, 5 out of 5, always. 5 out of fucking 5.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5, just because the palette is a little striking.
I mean, I love the striking palette. I feel like it perfectly complements it, and especially the idea. Like, have you seen like oily, like gasoline oil in like?
Yeah, but that's definitely more streaky and rainbowy, and it.
And it's meant to be rainbowy in this. It like, in
I
fact, it does
feel-
like shift in Pokemon's like it shifts around and down and like swirls inside of itself in the art. And, like,
I wish
games.
that maybe I would get that more if the colored parts and the black parts were swapped.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that. Anyway, for regular Muck, I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 5 because he's just a good, he's just a good boy. He's sludge. There's not much that you have to say about him. There's not much you have to analyze.
Yeah, I agree with that. I enjoy him.
Alright. So, after Muck, we have another personal choice. I don't like Embor at all.
I also don't like Embor. I don't like his whole line.
Like, I do like the fucking Zodiac style belt that he's got going. And now to complain. His weird rocket fists look like they could just pop off. He looks like a fucking action figure.
He is sorta daddy. But he's not that daddy.
Ev.
He's a little daddy.
Tone down your horn.
It's not that horny. I'm not even that into daddy types.
Alright, you know what? Back on topic. He really does look like he would fit less in Pokemon, more in He-Man.
That's a little bit of a stretch, I think.
I don't think so. Also, where's his neck? It's not.
He doesn't. Not every Pokemon needs a neck.
He doesn't have Tepig loses his fucking neck. He's too fat.
Although I would like to see
the egg of pig.
I would like to see. Oh, trademark that. Ooh, bacon egg.
Pig.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so many people have already made the bacon joke regarding this Pokemon. I wanted to avoid it, but
no, just like it's an egg that a pig lays, and you crack it open, and it's like bacon with egg. Wow.
That sounds like some
future.
Fidel Castro bullshit.
Mmm. You cook
By
it
the way,
in a
did you
Fidel
know that,
cast dryer and
Did you
pan.
know that Fidel Castro wanted to run a government program where they bred cows the size of dogs and had people adopt them into their homes, grow
That
grass
sounds
inside of their
amazing.
slum apartments? I mean, it's fucking insane. But
It's
anyway,
great.
yeah,
What
fuck
are you
it. Like,
talking
I
about?
don't like this design. I don't like his weird pants, which, you know, Pokemon don't have clothes. That's flesh. It's fucking flesh.
Well, Machamp had flesh pants too.
I don't like Machamp.
I like
Honestly,
Machamp.
the only reason I like Machoke is because of its face, and Machamp ruins that.
I'm gonna give this guy a 2.5. Not so bad.
I'm gonna give him a 1.
Really?
There's
Okay.
so much I do not like about this design. It just does not mesh with me. Also, another situation where I can say, fuck you! Fuck you! Sableye is
What?
adorable!
Yeah, it surely is.
5
I
out of
love
5.
Sableye.
And then I'm going to dissect why it's a 5 out of 5.
Oh god. Alright, well. This is the whole podcast.
So, I mean, that's... I mean, eventually I might turn this into a fucking podcast, but, like, people wouldn't be able to see the images, so... I don't know. Anyway,
That's true. Anyway.
I love the little, ruby, like, belly button in particular. That,
I love the eyes and the head
eyes are
fluff.
so good.
Eyes are very good.
And another, like, I love how it looks just like small and shadowy, just in its posture. Like it doesn't
It's,
like if you just took a silhouette of the thing, you'd imagine something that slinks into the shadows, right?
I love how his posture says, yeah, without him ever having to talk.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I also love, despite the fact that it's never shown in official art, aside from its Mega, which I will be analyzing next, its fucking teeth are, like, adorably sharp, and they actually mesh with the idea of, like, a little gremlin ghost that steals shit.
Well, he's my little gremlin boy.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. 5 out of 5
Alright.
on this boy.
Yeah. This is our first 10 out of 10.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's mostly because of you. I've been pretty generous.
And now, for Mega Sableye, another 5 out of 5. Not much has changed. Like, his little head wings got bigger, and the gem popped out of his chest, and now he carries it around, like, everywhere. Like this gigantic fucking gem, like, he slinks on his back. His teeth are gold.
Actually,
you got a fucking grill.
You might not like me for this. I don't like him as much as the original Sableye.
I'm fine with that. Like, I like him just as much, but I can see why someone would dislike him.
It's just
or
a little
like
much.
Like that can be said of all Megas, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for Mega Absol. Mega Absol is, like, exactly perfect.
How many more have we got? Because my nose is
1.
getting worse. Okay.
Alright. So, as for the last one, Stunfisk.
Sunfisk.
This was neat. Like, this was one of the near the top ones. Actually,
This
wait,
is
no,
a
we have 2
Pokemon.
more. I forgot to do another. I forgot to do the number 1.
This is another Pokemon that I think is unfair to call ugly, because I think it's supposed to look ugly.
Yeah, I mean, Flounder are ugly, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's not as ugly as it's not as ugly as people like to make it out to be, either.
For sure. That's sort of cute.
Yeah. And honestly, I know that we're not taking into account actual gameplay stuff, but I do like the ground electric typing. It's really fucking rare, and also really, I think it's unique to Stunfisk. I do also need to mention that his fucking electric his little cute, electric fin is,
on the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like a crown.
he always, holds it up above the rest of himself, unless he's slinking along and moving. So, it's kind of, coiled up like a rattlesnake.
I love the thought of this creature, moving.
He basically just fucking slithers across the ground.
Good. He's a little inchy squinchy boy.
Honestly, I'm gonna give him a 4.5.
I'm gonna give him a 5.
Nice. Stunfisk gets too much shit.
Yeah.
Now, for the number 1 most hated Pokemon in terms of appearance, is Jinx. Of course it's Jinx.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, setting aside, let's set aside what you're gonna say. I know the complaint, and I agree with that bit.
Yeah.
Now it's purple, so it's meant to be more monstrous, more like an actual monster and less like a person.
Man, I should have held back on calling Panpour the Janiframus in Pokemon.
Jesus. I mean, if you still want to make the joke, you could still call it the Mammy Pokemon.
Titties. Can we say that? Titties.
Sure. Go
Titties.
ahead. Well, once again, flesh dress. Let's get that out of the way.
Flesh titty. Which I guess is what you would want.
I mean,
right?
that's most titties. Anyway,
Robot Diddy.
calm down. We'll review Yu-Gi-Oh cards later.
We're gonna talk about Mass Effect Andromeda later. I'm assuming there's robot titties in there. I haven't played it, but
I don't
it's
fucking
gotta be,
know,
right?
and we're not. I don't know, and we're not doing anything Mass Effect.
Oh,
Never.
are we done? Because I wanted to say what the next one was gonna be.
What is it?
It's Halo weapons and vehicles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about the jelly bean gun.
We're gonna be analyzing the visual aspect of those things, and not the way that they work in game. Because turns out I've never played a Halo game.
Wow!
Never
Fake
owned an
gamer
Xbox.
alert! Fake
Never owned-
gamer alert! Neither have I, and I have soldiered through.
Anyway,
Halo Reach is the best Reach. Is the best Halo game.
I feel like Jinx, as a design, gets way more shit than it deserves. It's not anywhere near as ugly as many of the Pokemon that we've listed. It's still
I
kind of,
disagree.
like, uncomfortable, and it's somewhat ugly, but I do like certain aspects of the way that it's meant to look.
I'm gonna give it a 0.5.
I'm gonna give it a 1.5, actually.
Well, there you go.
Well.
That's it. That's it. That's Pokemon.
Yep.
That's it.
That's your Pokemon for you, everybody.
That's a Pokemon wrap. Huh?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
suffice it to say, oftentimes the Pokemon community gets it wrong when it comes to Pokemon that they think are ugly. Which, like, again, who the fuck would think Sableye is ugly? Who the fuck would think Bidoof is ugly? You
Some
know,
good boys.
who
There's
the
some
fuck
good
would
boys
think
that got bullied.
Poplio is ugly? And then sometimes they get it wrong in the wrong direction. Like, why don't they think Exploud is ugly? Why don't they think Mega Glalie is ugly? Why don't they think fucking Emboar is ugly? But, you know, sometimes they do get it right.
Well, I've been furry porn artist.
I've been irrelevant former streamer. I mean,
And
I'm
Ralts
streaming
is
again.
Mob Psycho.
What?
And Ralts is Mob Psycho. Have a good night.
No.